Break the board sports. It's your boy RJ Cash. Click that like, hit subscribe. Here we are on a Monday, MLK Day, full slate here. Yesterday we went 1-1, lost the Sacramento Kings, won the Memphis Grizzlies +4. Now let's hop into it. We got the Milwaukee Bucks at the Atlanta Hawks. Here, Atlanta Hawks laying 2.5 in this one. 231.5 is the total. Early start, 1 Eastern time on the East Coast, 59% ticket count, 51% of the handle going to the over. And as far as the side, ticket count about 50-50, but a little bit of edge in the money to the Bucks +2.5. They're getting 57% of the money, as to where the Hawks are getting 43% of the money. Now, Dennis is out for the Hawks. Porzingis is out as usual. The big one for the Hawks is Dyson Daniels. He's questionable for this game. So that's something you want to keep an eye on. Milwaukee 1-4, both straight up in ATS in their last 5. Hawks not much better. They're 2-6 over their last 8, 5-12 over their last 17. Now the under seems to be the way to go in this one. Again, that total right now for is setting at 231.5. Reason I say that, the under is cashed 11 of the last 16 games for the Bucks. 4 of their last 5 on the road have went to the under. And then the Hawks, on the other hand, they've played to the under 5 of their last 7. And when these two teams play in Atlanta, 9 of the last 13 have happened to go under the total. Now, Hawks about 3 games better in the win column. These two teams have yet to play this year. Bucks, again, have lost 3 in a row for their last 5. Hawks have lost 3 in a row as well. However, I'm going to take Giannis and the Bucks here +2.5. I did get to the window on that one, so that's an official play. Cleveland Cavaliers hosting the Oklahoma City Thunder. This is going to be one of the better games of the day, or at least should be. Right now, Oklahoma City, a 6.5-point favorite in this one. 231.5 is the total. 62% of ticket count, 44% of the handle going to the over. 38% of the ticket count, 56% of the handle to the under. Now, your injury report for this game, Jalen Williams, he is out. Hartenstein is out. Toppett's out. Now, for the Cavs, Wade is probable to go. That's a big one for them. And then you got Darius Garland for the Cleveland Cavaliers. He is out, so is Strus and Merrill. But you got Mobley in there. You got Mitchell. Getting Wade back will be a huge help for them. When you look at this game between the Thunder and the Cavs, Thunder 2-6 against the spread their last 8. But they're 4-1 ATS the last 5 matchups with the Cleveland Cavaliers. Cleveland starting to play a little bit better basketball. 5-2 their last 7 at home. 7-3 their last 10 overall. OKC 5-1 their last 6. When you look at this game, again, OKC 35-8, Cavs 24-19, OKC 15-5 on the road, Cavs 14-10 home. Now these two teams, they have yet to play this year. OKC coming off of a loss at Miami. That was after a 5-game win streak. The Cleveland Cavaliers back-to-back wins over the Sixers. They haven't played for 3 days, though. 1-day break there for the Thunder. Look, I would lean Cavaliers +6.5 for nothing, but just ultimately couldn't get to the window on this one. So I took a pass. Cleveland Cavaliers laying 7.5 on the road in the nation's capital here against the lowly Wiz. 224.5 is the total. The money is 50-50, but the ticket count, 21% or 71% of the tickets to the over, 29% of tickets to the under. But again, the money on the total, 224.5, 50-50. As far as the side goes, 62% of bets equal and 58% of the handle on the Clippers, laying 7.5 on the road, 38% of ticket count, 42% of the handle, taking the Wiz. Now, the Clippers have won 5 straight and covered all 5. They've also covered 9 straight meetings with the Wizards. Wizards in their last 6 games have lost 6 in a row. On top of that, 1-5 ATS. The under between these two teams has been what is cashed. 5 of the last 6 have went under the total. Now, Kawhi Leonard, he's out. Bogdanovich is out. Vucevic is out for the Wizards. Whitmore still out. And obviously, you got rid of McCollum to bring in Trae Young, but Trae Young not playing. I like the Clippers in any type of money line parlay. Maybe you money line parlay them with the Avalanche in hockey. In Indiana, have you like a 3-team cross-sport parlay. But ultimately, just can't get here without Kawhi. I'm not laying 7.5 on the road in an NBA game. Just can't do that. So going to stay away. Dallas Mavs at the New York Knicks. This one should be a good one, but the injuries are really screwing it up. Knicks laying 2.5, 229.5 the total, 53% of ticket count, 44% of the handle going over, 47% of ticket count, 56% of the handle to the under 229.5. As far as that spread, ticket count 50-50, but the money 70% to the Knicks laying 10.5, 30% to the Mavs getting 10.5. Now, when you dive in, again, Gafford, he is out. D'Angelo Russell out for the Mavs. PJ Washington is out. We know Anthony Davis out. Cooper Flagg, he is now questionable. Now, for the Knicks, Brunson's questionable. Hart's questionable. That line of 10.5 tells you that Brunson's going to play. Again, I just don't see how the Mavs put up any resistance here. There's absolutely no way I would take points. Now, in game, maybe you look at that. But again, if I'm just looking at straight bets here today, again, I would probably look to something. You take the Clippers in the Knicks, that's minus $1.44. Again, you could throw in Indiana if you like them, or a Miami if you like them. I like the Knicks and Clippers to win. I'm just not laying the big numbers. Can't do it, but I would be shocked if the Mavs won this game. Jazz at the San Antonio Spurs, another big line. Spurs laying 16.5. Now Niang is out, Markin's out, Harkless out. Jazz got all kinds of injuries there. Spurs pretty much at full strength other than Vessel laying 16.5 are the Spurs. Ticket count and money about 50-50, 56% to 44%. You're over 240.5. That's about even too, so no big glaring discrepancies there. When you look at this, obviously Jazz beat them in their only meeting this year, 127-114 in San Antonio. That was back in December 27th. Now the Jazz have lost 3 in a row for their last 5. Spurs, they've gotten their last 2 games here on the comeback. Jazz 2-9 their last 11. And then against the Spurs, Spurs are 4-2 both straight up in ATS the last 6 with the Jazz. They're also 4-2 straight up and 4-2 ATS in their last 6 overall. Spurs 4-1 straight up their last 5. So again, just too high of a line. Just don't want to get involved. Next game on the board, Indiana Pacers at the Philadelphia 76ers. Now the 76ers are laying 8.5. 227.5 is the total. As far as the total, the money 50-50. As far as the side, 63% of bets, 87% of the handle is laying it with the Sixers. 37% of ticket count, 13% of the handle taking it with the Indiana Pacers. Pacers 4-15 straight up their last 19, 5-2 ATS their last 7. But the Pacers are 5-2 straight up their last 7 versus the Sixers. But the Sixers are 8-3 straight up their last 11 when they're at home against the Indiana Pacers. Look, when you look at this game again, just absolute craziness here. Pacers, Bethune still out, all kinds of injuries. Now, the big thing for the Sixers, Paul George and Joel Embiid, both questionable here today. Again, really hard when they're questionable to put anything of any substance on the Sixers. I will say if you're trying to, again, just kind of cheat a little bit, doesn't always work out, but you could go Clippers, Knicks, Sixers plus $1.20. You could go Knicks, Sixers, and maybe put an Indiana in there, something along those lines. But just a no play for me here on this one. Another one I don't want to get involved in is the Phoenix Suns, Brooklyn Nets. Phoenix laying 8, but Devin Booker is doubtful to go. That could change as we're here about 11 a.m. on the East Coast. That game about 8.5 hours away, so things could change. Game of the night outside of the Thunder and the Cavs is this Celtics-Pistons game. Now, the Pistons are laying 3.5. 224.5 is the total. 76% of ticket count, 72% of the handle here in this one. Going to the over, 24% of ticket count, 28% of the handle going to the under. Now, the Pistons at full strength. Peyton Pritchard, though, for the Celtics, he's questionable with the ankle. And Bashir, with the back is questionable as well. So a couple things there for the Celtics. Celtics game 58% of ticket count, 59% of the handle, 42% of ticket count, 41% of the handle is on the Detroit Pistons in this game. Celtics come in 26-15, second in the East, playing the top team in the East, the Pistons 30-10. Pistons 16-4 at home. They've been incredible. Now, these two teams have played 3 times already this year. Twice in Boston, once in Detroit. Detroit has won 2 out of the 3. They won at home 119-113. Celtics won 117-114 at home. Then December 15th was the last meeting. Pistons won that by 7 in Boston, 112-105. So again, anytime these two teams hook up, it's always a classic. Boston has struggled with Detroit, though, from an ATS standpoint. Pistons are 5-2 against the spread the last 7 versus the Celtics. Celtics are 11-4 their last 15 games. They've been on a tear. Detroit 5-1 their last 6. Now, Boston's played to the under 5 of their last 7. Detroit's played to the under 7 straight games. I like the under 225. There's a 225 out there. I like the under. I also like the Celtics plus 3.5 here to get home. Those would be my 2 leans. Those are probably, other than doing some parlay stuff, those are my 2 best straights behind the Bucks plus 2.5. Miami Heat at the Golden State Warriors. Jimmy Butler playing his old team. Warriors laying 5.5, 238.5 is the total. Now, as far as the total, ticket count 50-50, but the money 84% over, 16% under. Again, click that like, hit subscribe, go to breaktheboardsports.com, put in promo code NFL50. As far as the side, Warriors laying the 5.5, 52% of ticket count, 53% of the handle, going to the way of the Miami Heat here. When you look in to a couple other things, Miami 22-20 on the year. Golden State 24-19. Golden State 16-6 at home. Heat have struggled on the road 7-13. They've played once this year, November 19th at Miami, 110-96. Miami blew them out. Miami just beat OKC by 2 as a 10.5 point dog. Golden State, they have won 5 of their last 6 and 3 in a row. Again, a little hot here is Golden State. Now, Miami 8-4 ATS their last 12 games, but they're 2-4 straight up their last 6. But against Golden State, Miami's had a ton of success. They're 5-1 straight up the last 6 meetings and 5-1 ATS in that same time frame. But again, Warriors 5-1 their last 6 and 5-1 ATS over their last 6. Now, Milton, he is out today. Draymond Green, he is going to give it a go. So that's good news. Now, Davion Mitchell, he is going to give it a go for the Heat. He's got the shoulder injury. Jaquez, he's going, even though he's got the knee banged up, he'll be going today. The only thing for the Miami Heat, Tyler Hero is setting this one out. I'm going to redo what I said on the money line parlay. So I've thrown a couple things out there, but I just want to get a good set one in. We're going to go minus $1.29, Warriors, Knicks, 2 home teams. Hero out for the Heat. Mavs, everybody's out, and maybe even flags. So Knicks, Warriors, minus $1.30. Milwaukee Bucks plus 2.5, under 225 in the Pistons Celtics game. And give me the Celtics plus 3.5. Those are my 4 plays that I'll be on. That's really the only thing I like there in the NBA. RJ Cash Cole, Break the Board Sports, giving you stats, trends, information to help you with your handicap. Please click that like, hit subscribe. Whether you fade or follow, I hope you win your bets. God bless and happy handicapping.